Let's talk about one of the biggest political stories shaking up Washington right now, President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, or the Megabill. Passed in 2025, it's a sweeping tax and spending law that's already sending shockwaves into the 2026 midterm elections. So, what's actually in this bill? First, it slashes nearly $1 trillion from Medicaid, marking the biggest cut in the program's history. It extends Trump-era tax cuts and adds work requirements for those on Medicaid. The idea, according to the Trump administration, is to offset the cost of those tax breaks by cutting Medicaid spending. President Trump is touting this as a phenomenal victory, even calling it a birthday present for America. He claims it'll spark an economic boom and is betting big on voters supporting the new work requirements for Medicaid. For Trump and Republicans, the Megabill isn't just policy, it's the centerpiece of their 2026 campaign strategy. They're framing any pushback from Democrats as just more personal attacks on Trump. But Democrats, led by House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, are striking a very different tone. They call the bill cruel and dangerous warning that millions could lose access to health care. For them, the Medicaid cuts are an assault on a program that tens of millions rely on. The Democratic plan? Use the bill's unpopularity to rally voters and try to win back the House next year. The public seems to be siding with the critics, at least for now. According to recent polls, more Americans oppose the Megabill than support it. Medicaid itself remains extremely popular. 83% of Americans view it favorably, and a huge majority want its funding increased or protected. But there's a lot of confusion out there. Over 60% of people wrongly believe most Medicaid recipients don't work, and nearly half think undocumented immigrants qualify, which isn't true. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that nearly 12 million people could lose health coverage over the next decade because of this legislation. That's a massive number, and it's likely to be a key talking point in every competitive House race. Now here's some perspective. Remember the Affordable Care Act? It was once deeply controversial, but its popularity shot up after President Obama left office, hitting a high of 66% favorability in 2025. Big health policy changes can sometimes grow on the public over time. As for the current mood, President Trump's approval sits at 43%, congressional Republicans are at 35%, and congressional Democrats lag even further behind at 27%. Both parties have their challenges, but the Megabill puts healthcare front and center for 2026. Bottom line, Trump's Megabill is shaping up to be the defining issue of the next midterms. Both sides are betting that their stance on this bill will decide who controls the House. And as the campaign heats up, the real question is, will voters see the Megabill as an economic boost or a healthcare threat? Only time will tell.